Hey guys, this is Michael, aka Epsilon Minus, and this is the deck tech for my 2014 season uh, qualifier tournament 1 deck for Classic League. And this is the last tournament with Lodestone Golem and Sphere of Resistance as unrestricted cards due to the timing of the start of the league compared to the announcement. Enderfall decided to just go ahead under the old rules, which I can totally get behind, although I don't know if I'll particularly enjoy playing under the old rules. Anyway, this is a deck. I've done a deck tech on before with a few modifications. I think I called it Junk Humans, so if you want a shorter deck tech that kind of cuts to the chase, I'd go look at that. But since this is a QT and someone might access it through the playlist or something, I'm going to go fairly in depth with this deck. So I'm going to start with the mana base. The core land here is Cavern of Souls. Most of my creatures are humans, so that's what I'll be naming a lot. And along with Lotus Petal, you can accelerate out one of your key humans on the first turn, such as Talia, Dark Confidant, Mayor of Avabruck. Uh, I've got the 4 Wastelands and Strip Mine. I'm running 5 Fetchlands, 3 Catacombs, and 2 Heaths, as well as 2 of each kind of dual on color in my deck. I'm also running a Caracas, which can be fetched up with Knight of the Reliquarian, which is very good against Oath, as well as a basic Forest. I was originally running a 4 color deck, but I found that it was kind of vulnerable to Wasteland, and I miss Ancient Grudge, but I think I found pretty suitable replacements for the other red cards I was running. And for mana acceleration, as I mentioned, I'm running Lotus Petal. The reason I'm running Lotus Petal over Elvish Spirit Guide is because the mana is more flexible and it hurts a lot less when I flip it over to Dark Confidant as opposed to an Elvish Spirit Guide. So I'm going to start off by talking about the spells because there's not a lot of them. There's 3 Swords to Plowshare and 4 Abrupt Decay, which act as removal. As far as my creatures, I'll start with the non-human ones first because I do have a few of them. I have Deathrite Shaman, who's just pretty much all-around excellent, can ramp, finish off a game with his black ability, or even gain you life with his green ability if you're fighting against your own Dark Confidant. Just a generally good card. I've got 2 Revokers for, Key Vault, Skull Clamp, Planeswalkers, other problematic type cards like that. I've got 3 Kasali Pride Mages, which are good against Oath and stacks, and also help pump up your dudes. Scavenging Ooze, which is decent against Dredge and other graveyard-based decks. Also helps you gain life and is good in the aggro matchup. And Mistcutter Hydra is a anti-Jace card for the most part. He can't be countered, which makes him pretty synergistic with the rest of the deck. He has protection from blue and he can just come onto the battlefield and swing. So that's the non-humans. So the humans, the core ones are Noble Hierarch, Mana Ramp, Exalted Triggers, etc. I think I've been over this card quite a few times because he's in quite a few of my decks. Dark Confidant's there for card advantage. Talia is there to disrupt the opponent, especially blue players. Mayor of Avabruck is a card that's not usually in a lot of fish builds. He's a human who gives other human creatures you control +1/+1. But the main thing about him is if no spells are cast, he flips over to become a 3/3 guy who creates tokens every turn. So he's pretty good against a stacks deck because he can kill Lodestone Golem and give you stuff to tap down to Tanglewire. For my 3 drops, I've got a 1 of Eternal Witness, which can bring back an Abrupt Decay, a Swords, a Wasteland or Strip Mine, as well as like a guy that maybe got killed, or like a Pride Mage that got sacrificed. two Nether Reliquaries, which, no explanation there. It can fetch up Caracas, Wasteland Strip Mine, even a Cavern if you need it. Can get pretty big. Master of the Wild Hunt's another card that's not usually played in Classic. I'm kind of using him as a fourth Mayor. He's humans who can be cast off a cavern. He puts tokens onto the field, and he can use those tokens to kill other creatures on the board. And he can also use the tokens that are generated by Mayor, since it doesn't specify that the wolf creatures have to be created by him. So he's pretty nicely synergistic in that way. Going to the sideboard, my anti-dredge package, 3 Rest in Peace, 3 Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Extirpates. Grafdigger's Cage is also good against Oathid Druids. Rest in Peace is also good against decks running like Tarmogoyf or something like that. The Extirpates are very good against Oath because you can Abrupt Decay their Oath and then extirpate it, even if they're holding a grip full of counter magic, and it throws a big monkey wrench into their plans. I was originally running 2 Nature's Claims. I replaced them with a Serenity, which is good against shops, and a 3rd Orzhov Pontiff, which is decent against Affinity, even though I found out he could be metamorphed, which is pretty bad, which is why I cut the 4th one for a Serenity. But he's also good against the kind of Sky Hussar decks and their protection creatures, as well as fighting against a Resolved True Name Nemesis. And then finally, 3 Kataki War's Wage to shore up the Affinity and Shot matchups. So yeah, I think this is a pretty solid deck. It's a little soft to Affinity in game 1, but I think it's got a decent game 2 and 3 when you bring in the hate. And I'm hopeful that I can continue to do well with it. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy the matches.